Every year for the past 27 years, thousands of people have gathered here in Rosarito, Mexico for the Baja Bike Run.
Well, we're expecting about 6,000 to 6,500 riders, so we anticipate a crowd of about 40,000.
Today, me and my friend Terena have dusted off our bicycles to join my dad, a regular rider, to see if we can make it the entire 50 miles. And Terena, what do you think about this event?
I'm a little nervous.
I'm standing here because all these guys right here, I want to give them a good head start. I'll be having a beer while they're still pedaling the course.
Okay, Dad, do you see where I get it from? Now, if you have any images of Lance Armstrong, you have the wrong race. Here, the overall goal is to have fun. And for riders, both Mexican and American, to gather together at one big fiesta.
In Southern California 150 years ago was Mexico, and people tend to forget that. We wanted something that represented us as a region instead of us as two countries.
The ride also has a charitable aspect to it. Red Cross donations are collected to help Baja families. And some riders take on their own cause, such as paralyzed athlete Jeremy McGee.
We got Team Fight to Walk Foundation up here.
Okay.
There's 18 of us. Fight to Walk Foundation is the foundation that I started a few years ago. And what we do is we go into hospitals and help people get their lives back together after they've just been paralyzed. So far, I think we've raised $6,000.
Now, and you also have a donate a bike program. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
The economic stratification in Baja is a little more severe than the United States. It's a little more haves and have-nots. The bicycles that we collect and donate go to people who otherwise would never be able to afford a bicycle of their own. Participants bring a bicycle down to donate. They either ride the bicycle and leave it at the end of the fiesta, or if they have an extra bike, they just bring it with them. As a thank you, we give them a complimentary t-shirt, and the bikes are given directly to people in Rosarito and in Ensenada.
The ride also brings much-needed revenue into this area of Mexico, where many of the people live below poverty level.
We generate about 10 million of tourism revenue from the hotels, the restaurants, curio shops. Most of those are independently owned businesses. So this is actually the single largest infusion of tourism revenue into northern Baja that they get. It's similar to getting the Super Bowl in your city in the United States.
By 10 a.m., all the participants had gathered, and with a few last-minute adjustments, they were ready to start. Of literally thousands of bikers. This is the beginning of the race. It just kicked off, and all of them are kind of going slow, and they're all in good spirits. How are you guys doing? Let's see how they do on mile 30 once they hit the hill. Ouch. But enough talking. I gotta go stretch and get on a bike of my own.
It's not an easy ride. We call it a fun ride, but it's not easy. The first 22 miles are right along the course. They're over rolling hills. The course then turns inland for 2 miles, and then it climbs the hill. So, we've gone about more than halfway through the bike ride, probably a mile around in the 30s mile range. And yes, it's the time for the hill. After you do 2 miles of the hill, you have 8 more miles to go of up and down hills. And another pretty good climb right before you go down. So it's pretty hardcore. Yeah, it's not for the meek.
This is hard.
Finally, after a grueling climb, it's about 10 more miles of fairly smooth sailing to the finish line. So we just finished the race. I got my medal, and I am tired. My body hurts. It was hard, but it was a lot of fun. It was beautiful. Like, you're right on the coastline the whole way. It was cool. And going downhill was my favorite part.
We can work on it. You did it. You made it. You didn't give up. You pedaled up those hills.
Thanks, Dad.
No problem.
The Rosarito Ensenada ride is a great weekend escape. Plus, the cash brought in really helps the locals. So it's a win-win. Now, are you up for the challenge?